Happy Friday. Today is Friday, April 10th, 2020. My name is Angela Hooper Menifield, and this is your HR moment from Menifield and Associates. So, end of another week, and for me, it actually marks the 4-week anniversary from the first day that I began my quarantine or my social distancing, staying in the house. So, day 28 for me. Um, so I just thought it was a good time to talk about check-in because we typically refer to 4 weeks as approximately a month as it pertains to the work environment and 30 days on the calendar. And so if I'm at that 30-day mark, some of you are also. And so I just thought it was really good today to have a Friday check-in. So one, I'd like to hear, I'd love to see comments. How long have you been staying at home if you can? And for those of you who cannot, how are you adjusting with the urgency of us telling people to stay home and yet you being viewed as essential to the point that you have to still come and go? So definitely just want to check in to those of you who have, I've began this relationship with over the past, several months that I've started doing these videos, but then also do a challenge. And I would just like for us to be intentional between now and Monday and check on people. And so some of you may be saying, well, everybody that I know is okay. Are they really? Do you really know the answer to that question? And so what I mean by that, because I think what can happen sometimes, and I'm only speaking my experience, right? You may be better at, having these check-ins than I do, but there's certain people that we hear from often, and then there are people who we don't. And because we don't hear from them often, they kind of slip through the cracks, right? So what my challenge today is I'm asking you to literally get your devices. So get your phone out, right? And go through your contacts. And I want you to divide it up. So I want you to take your personal contacts and your professional contacts. And if you have 2 devices, then do it with each phone. But what I want you to do is just scroll through your contacts. Now, there'll be some people in your contact list that you may be added to your phone one time and never contacted with. Those are not the people I'm necessarily talking about. Not that I'm against you contacting them as well. But as you're scrolling through your phone and you begin to, pass people from high school, college, co-workers from years past, family members, second, third cousins, aunties, uncles. And again, not our specials and our favorites, right? Because we tend to check those out anyway. And what I'm asking you all to do is to pick five from each category, right? So 5 of, maybe let's do 3 categories. So 5 of your friends, whether again, high school, college, work friends, but people that you would consider a friend. And just go down there and pick 5 and say, okay, these are the 5 that I'm going to check on. Then do the same for family. And then do the same for professional relationships that may not be friend, but you're friendly. And over the course of this weekend, it could be something as simple as a text message that just says, hey, was thinking about you, hadn't heard from you, so I thought I'd check in. Perhaps you're like me and you're in a ton of Facebook groups, right? I mean, I'm in groups for leadership development, groups for some of the platforms that I use, but I am in a ton of groups. And I saw my video just messed up, so I'll say it again. But I'm in all these different Facebook groups. Some groups that there are a cohort of people who are definitely more visible and more social than others. And there are some groups that it's starting to resonate with me that there's some people in these groups we really haven't heard from. Who's checked on them? And so that's what I mean when I say friends, family, and then your business alliances. But just pick 5 people and check on them. So again, it could be a text message. Hey, thinking about you, just wanted to check to see how you were doing. And then ask, and how's your family, right? Because some of us are doing okay, but the people we love aren't. I recently did the same thing for someone who I thought about that I knew lived in New York, Long Island, exactly. And I reached out and I said, hey, you were on my heart and I wanted to check on you. They were fine, but guess what? Their heart is still heavy because a very close family member and their significant other and teenage kid all have the coronavirus, right? So you never know when people just need to be checked on and reached out to. And we don't know how this is affecting people. Maybe it's just their business that they're worried about. Maybe it's the stress and strain again from being home with everybody, kids, spouses, significant others, parents, and all that. So all I'm saying is, let's be intentional. And again, I'm not talking about your parents, for those of you who check on them every day. I would talk or text with my parents pretty much daily, and have video with them with some frequency. That's not the relative I'm talking about in this example, because I know they're okay. So the question is, who, again, get your devices out, scroll your contacts. Who is it that you need to check on? Who haven't you heard from? Put, as old folks say, put your voice on them. Check on people. People need to know we care about them right now. And again, this is day 28 for me, so we're at 4 weeks. And for a lot of people, it's been that long and longer. Depression, sadness, anxiety, uh, fear, concerns of lack, frustration from dealing with the people they have to deal with, we talked about depression and things like that. Perhaps concerns about whether they'll have a job. Um, and all of that's okay. Or maybe, I have friends who are expecting kids, and there's anxiety there because who wants to go to the hospital and have a baby right now? I wouldn't, but they can't not have the baby, right? They need to be checked on. So again, I am encouraging you to this weekend. I know maybe you don't do the things I ask you to do in other times, but if you don't do anything else, get your devices out, scroll, look at your friends on the different platforms that you're on. Who haven't you heard from? Who haven't you put your voice on? Who haven't you touched? Text, call, email, do what you need to do, but be sincere. And don't tell them about what you're going through. I'm asking you to check on people. So that's the end of my video. No HR moment. If you want to use it in the work context, okay. Then as a great leader and supervisor, check on your people. But at the end of the day, check on them. And it doesn't mean to take the information that you hear and go gossip about it either, right? Check on people. Even if they've just been sick because they had a migraine, I just want to make sure you're okay. Check on people, I'm begging you. A lot of people live in very uncomfortable situations, so please check on people. That is my ask, that is my prayer, and that is the weekend challenge. So I love to hear that you guys did it. Again, family, friends, and business associates. Check on people. Love you lots. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. And until Monday, do your best to do what you need to do and take care of those you love. Talk to you soon. Bye.